But let's also pull up United Breweries and what's that doing in trade. They reported their numbers. When you're looking at a quarter-on-quarter basis, we're seeing an increase in terms of revenue. EBITDA margins also seeing an increase on a quarter-on-quarter as well as year-on-year basis. To talk more about their numbers, let's bring on board Vivek Gupta, Managing Director and CEO at United Breweries. Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. Now seems like the street is not too happy with that 5% volume growth at a time, especially when the industry has grown at 8 to 9%. One, what has led to the lower volume growth versus the industry, and now what is your volume growth outlook for FY25?
I think first of all, I think we had a very strong volume growth of 5%, as you mentioned. Our premium volume grew 44%, which led to a significant profit increase. Yes, the volume was below industry growth. It was primarily led by a lot of disruptions due to elections, especially in interstate movement. As our brands are national brands, which are loved by all corners of the country. There was a significant disruption in moving, brands from one state to another because of the election code of conduct restrictions. There were also challenges in capacities in certain states. So keeping all of that together, because this was an exceptional year due to election restrictions, especially during the summer season, we believe that 5% volume growth and 9% net revenue growth is a very strong result.
Hi Vivek, this is Anisha also joining in the conversation. Well, yes, indeed, despite the headwinds, you've managed to report a decent volume growth as per you. But what about the full year then? Should we expect a double-digit volume growth?
No, as you mentioned that during the season, the category grew around 7 to 8%. I think we expect the category growth trend to continue the same, and UB would always aspire to be ahead of the category. So we expect the volume growth to be in the line of 8 to 9% and revenue growth ahead of volume growth as we are driving the premiumization agenda.
Right. Also, just a bit more in terms of the margins, that's at around 11.5%. They are at a 7-quarter high. Could you help us understand how much margin expansion was led by lower barley as well as glass prices? And are the margins expected to remain at these 11.5% levels for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think our margin actually were gross margins were 43%. I think what you're referring to is the bottom line numbers. A lot of this growth came actually due to mix, the state mix, brand mix, and also the pricing actions. Actually, the contribution because of commodity cost is very low. We did see an improvement in our return bottles, and that's why we also saw an increase in the margins. Uh, you know, as I said, our focus is going to be on driving category growth, spending behind innovation. We have a strong innovation program in place. We have very exciting innovations coming next quarter when we talk with you. And that means that we will have to immerse new bottles in the market as well. So I think our first aim is to drive category growth, deliver the double digit revenue growth, and whatever investments are needed for that, we'll make those investments. And we want to sequentially improve our margins, but we want to also invest in the market so that we continue to serve consumers with great beer.
Right. Also, we get that, but directionally, if you can help us with where margins are headed for the full year.
It's a very difficult to give any figure because our business is a state by state business, and a lot of variables change, specifically around government policies of every state. And when so we just have to have a very strong internal plan, and our internal plan is to drive a double digit revenue growth and a margin improvement ahead of last year as we deliver those results.
Sure, Vivek. So those were the questions that we had with respect to margins. But reports yesterday were suggesting that Andhra Pradesh is looking at opening their doors, and they have reached to several players, including yourself. Could you clarify and confirm whether you are in talks with the government? How big could the opportunity be for you, and when do you start supplying if that's the case?
Look, I also read all these reports in the media only. I think we will wait for government to release the policy. I can only say that we have a brewery in Andhra Pradesh which operates at only 30% capacity. So we have potential of supplying 3x more beer in Andhra Pradesh today. So we will wait for the fine prints of the policy, and then we'll be very agile to meet consumer needs in Andhra Pradesh.
Right, and it's been a while since you've launched Queenfisher earlier this year. So, how has the response been so far? By when will it be launched, pan India, and any more product launches lined up like this?
I think we launched Queenfisher in Goa in month of March, and now I'm happy to report that we have expanded it to to Meghalaya, to Assam, to Mumbai, Maharashtra, and we have planned to expand all pan India by end of this year. The response has been terrific. We are actually quite humbled the kind of response we got it in India and also overseas. As we talk, we are actually shipping some of the Queenfisher stock to some of the other countries because the response of this product has been terrific. So we are very positive about it. And as I mentioned, we continue to strengthen our innovation program. We have big innovations which are consumer relevant planned over the next 3 to 6 months. And when we talk next, we'll be able to highlight some of them as well.
Okay, and we'll wait for you to tell us about all of that. Thanks so much, Vivek, for making time and speaking with us today. I appreciate you joining us as always. That's the latest coming in from United Breweries.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.